Today the guys will be doing a blind review of Isle of Skye. Isle of Skye is a blended Scotch from Ian MacLeod Distillers. It is an 8-year blend with some single malt sourced from the Talisker distillery, the only single malt distillery on the Isle of Skye. This bottle comes in at 86 proof. We paid the average retail price of $30 for our bottle. As always, your prices may vary. Enjoy.
Thanks, Joyce. Let's see what you poured us.
Salt.
Salt and caramel.
Salt and caramel. A little butteriness.
Yes, I can see a butteriness. Like a brown butter. I'm getting a little bit of fruit, though, too. Like a tinge of pear, maybe? I feel like
I'm getting a bit of citrus note.
I was getting a citrus fruit.
Yeah, I can see that, too.
Like a lime, maybe? Yeah, I would say lime.
I'm going for a taste.
Oh, that is sweet.
Ooh.
I like that.
That is delicious.
I'm getting buttered toast.
Am I the only one getting peat?
Oh, I'm absolutely
I'm
getting peat.
I'm getting a little bit of peat.
Like
that. I think that's that toast.
Like buttered toast, but not a toaster. Someone smoked this loaf of bread.
Right. Yeah, like campfire toast.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is delicious.
That's good.
Buttery smooth.
Mmm.
3.
That is not what I was anticipating from the nose, but man, is that good. I tend to think things I get a lot of salt on aren't as good with water.
I don't know. It still smells pretty sweet. I think that brought more sweetness on the nose.
It dialed down the salt and allowed the other things to come through.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting straight up shortbread.
The palate's thinner now.
I got a little bit of smoke on the nose. Now the palate's thinner. I'm getting a lot of smoke, but not a whole lot of anything else.
There's a decent amount.
It is more of a pear now than a citrus.
And the finish I'm getting on it with the water is more of a straight alcohol finish. I'm not really picking up any flavors.
I'm getting like a lingering just peat smoke.
Yeah, I'm getting like a lingering, like I've been standing there inhaling smoke for a while. I do think this one's better without water though.
Oh, by far.
I think the nose for me didn't have that harsh saltiness, but it wasn't worth it.
We're going to move into ratings. We're going to talk about the nose, palate, and finish on a scale of 0 to 5.
The nose, right off the bat, I kind of figured out what this was, and it's something that I loved. Buttery notes that we were getting, the orangey notes, citrusy notes. Absolutely love this nose. I'm going to give it a 4. Palate, what we got on the nose, what we got. I just really, really enjoyed this. I'm going with a 4 on this. Finish is where it kind of dropped off for me. I want to go with a 3 on the finish on this. I wish it was just a little bit longer so that we can enjoy those flavors a little bit more.
I don't agree.
Okay.
I do not agree. The nose, to me, was this one's shortfall. It was harsh and salty at first. It did get better with time. So, I'm going to give it a 3 on the nose. That harshness of the salt, with water, was a little bit better. But I would never add water to this because the drop off of the palate is not worth it. On the palate, I'm giving it a 5. This was stunningly delicious. The notes I got on the palate, I did not get on the nose. So it was a surprise, and it was delicious. I do also think the finish was
meh.
It was meh. I wanted those palate notes to carry on. I'm gonna give it a 3. It was good and average for what we got to work with, but I wish those notes had carried on.
I'm gonna go 3.5 on the nose, 4 on the palate, and 3.5 on the finish. I think this is a great maritime-esque whiskey. Just sea salt and a little bit of peat. I have an idea of where this is probably sourced from. We're going to move on to our guesses. We're going to guess what kind of whiskey we think this is, what we think the proof is, what we think the retail price is, and then how much we would be willing to pay for a bottle.
I think this is an 82 proof Scotch. I think it retails for 26, and I would pay 35.
All right.
It was delicious.
I think it's a Scotch. I'm going to go higher proof, 88. I believe this was $25. I would not go as high as you, going up to $35 for this. but I would go to the max for our show at 30.
I think this is an 80 proof blended Scotch. I think it retails for 25. I'd be willing to pay 28.
We would all be willing to pay more than what we said we think other retail is.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what this is. Today, we drank Isle of Skye blended Scotch whiskey. So this is Isle of Skye 8-year. Is a blended Scotch. Is 86 proof. Is 8 years old. Is a blend of single malt and single grain. Distillery, various because it's distilled at different places, but it is produced by Ian McLeod Distillers. Price we paid is $30. General price is $30. Oh, but we do know that some of the single malt that's in this blend comes from Talisker, which is the only Scotch distillery on the Isle of Skye.
The only Scotch distillery on the whole Isle of Skye?
Yep.
I mean, now Scott's not that big.
Ratings from around the web. Distiller gave this an 85 and Whiskey Advocate an 84. Tasting notes from around the web. Nose, smoke, peat, vanilla, honey, citrus fruit. Palate, sweet, peat, malt, sherry, fruit, honey.
We got a lot of those.
Sherry I did not get.
Sherry I didn't get. I can totally see it, though.
On the finish, peat, spice, nut, honey, sweet, and bitter.
Strong buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like peated scotches.
If you like peat, this is good.
That's what we think of this whiskey. If you have any thoughts about it, leave them down in the comments below. And until next time, may the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be the other guy who says,
This drink's on me.